Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Studies with Joy. So today we're going to do 1.6 The Alchemy of Nature. This chapter is a very beautiful chapter and it is surrounded by the beauty of nature, the importance of nature, and the author is also giving us the different examples of the nature and making us different aspects understand. So today we are going to do this chapter and I am going to give you the answers of the warming up section, and also I am going to give you the answers of the English workshop questions. So don't miss this video and watch this video till the end because we are going to do a very beautiful chapter. So let's start our today's video. Before starting with the chapter, now let's see the warming up questions so that we get little bit warmed up for this chapter and little bit ready for this chapter. So let's start. First question of warming up is rearrange the good qualities in each set so that the first letter of each of the words the first letter of each of the words should make a meaningful word. Join the sets and get message. It's a very simple question. You can do it on your own also, but I'm going to tell you. Set 1 is understanding, adaptable, tolerance, new, encouraging, resourceful. So we need to just consider the first letter and make a word, and the word is here nature. Alright, and second one is set 2, selfless and inspiring, S and R. So the word becomes is. Third one, Y and M. The word becomes my. That's my. Fourth one, affectionate, compassionate, empathetic, earnest, honest, reliable, trustworthy. Here the word is teacher. All right. The message we get is that nature is my teacher. All right. We get four words, that is nature is my and teacher, and we get the message that nature is our teacher. All right. Now let's go to the question number 2. All right. Various aspects of nature have special features that make them differ from one another. For example, birds, appearance, shape, color, size, food habits, habitat, sound, etc. Right, such special features of each of the following. So, like different aspects of nature have different various features, their own specialities. Like that way, we have to write the specialities of these all aspects of nature here given to us. First one is land. You can write topography, fertility, location. Then comes water, salinity, temperature, taste. Trees, size, foliage, shape. Animals, appearance, food habits, habitat. Insects, appearance, life cycle, physical structure. Alright, so these were the special characteristics or special features of these aspects of nature. Alright, now let's go towards the question number 3 quickly. This is a very interesting question about A to Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We are not going to do that. We have to make a list of living creatures in the alphabetical order. You can write more than one beginning with the same letter. So I am giving you one. If you want to write more, you can write. I am giving you one name of an animal from each letter. Note it down. First one is A for ant. From B, B for bat, C for cheetah, D for dingo, E for elephant, F for frog, G for giraffe, H for horse, I for iguana, J for jackal, O for owl, sorry, O nahi, J for jackal, K for kangaroo, L for lion, M for monkey, N for, you can write nightingale, and O for owl, P for parrot, Q for quail, R for rhinoceros, and S for squirrel, T for tiger, U for umbrella bird, V for vulture, W for walrus, X for X-ray tetra, and Y for yak, and Z for zebra. Here X is not given, but for your information I told you. Alchemy of nature. Now let's begin with our chapter. It's a very interesting chapter, and the author has started with some lines of the poem of William Blake, so that it makes this chapter a more beautiful. All right, so I will also explain those lines. So first of all, I will give you a basic structure of this chapter. What has the author told? So in this lesson, Alchemy of Nature speaks about the author speaks about the power of everyday elements of nature to transform our lives by giving us the most valuable lessons of life. Besides giving pleasure, nature has lessons for life, and it is up to us what we learn from it and how we implement these lessons. If we do learn and implement these lessons, we experience the alchemy of nature. Now let's listen to this beautiful lines of the poem of William Blake. To see a to see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, and hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. William Blake. Here is the explanation given to us. Let's read it and we will understand. Something as tiny as a grain of sand can spark off an idea or imagination of a huge significance to the world. तो कभी कभी ऐसा होता है ना कि कुछ कुछ छोटी छोटी जब आप बड़ी प्रॉब्लम में हो और इसका सोल्यूशन आपको बहुत सोचने के बाद नहीं मिल रहा, बट ऐसा ही कुछ आजू बाजू ऐसा कुछ छोटी चीज़ हो जाती है जिससे आपको एक आइडिया आ जाता है, अचानक से आपकी दिमाग की बत्ती जल जाती है. सो स्मॉल टाइनी थिंग लाइक अ सैंड हैज़ ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंस बिकॉज एट सम टाइम्स इट ऑल्सो हेल्प्स यू. मीन्स वो छोटी छोटी चीज़ें आपने कभी सोची भी नहीं होगी कि ऐसी प्रॉब्लम से आपको मदद करेगी, उससे आपको कुछ आइडिया आएगा. सो दैट इज़ द वे that world is that every tiniest thing has its own importance. It can be helpful to us at any time we don't know. One can witness and experience the beauty of heaven in something as small as wildflower and derive joy forever. किसी किसी को छोटी छोटी चीज़ों में भी अगर कोई खुश रहेगा तो उसे पूरे जीवन खुशी मिलेगी, और अगर हमेशा कोई एक जन पैसे के पीछे भागता रहेगा और बड़ी बड़ी खुशियों की सिर्फ सपने देखेगा, एंड अगर मान लो अगर आप रहे ही नहीं तो अब बोलोगे कि मैं फ्यूचर में खुश रहूँगा, अब भी मैं स्ट्रगल करता हूँ, अभी मैं अपने आप ये नहीं करूँगा, मैं अपने लिए ये नहीं करूँगा, बट आगे अगर आप रहे ही नहीं तो सो दैट्स वाई यू लिव योर प्रेजेंट, यू कैन नॉट प्रेडिक्ट योर फ्यूचर. दैट्स वाई. So it is important that you find joy in small things also. Only one should have the eyes and time to see it. One can even find small things a lot of joy. Infinity is endless space, but your small palm can hold the destiny of earth through your efforts. Eternity is endless time, but just an hour in your life can make a difference to the world forever. So, what is infinity? Infinity is endless space. But your small palm, your small hand can hold your whole destiny. You can change your whole destiny with your efforts and hard work. You have been listening from your childhood only that the future is on your hand. It is you can change your future. You can change your future. But if you don't take it seriously now in the present, then it will also affect your future. That also you have to remember. Always the destiny doesn't work. Your hard work is also a main topic, and also your decisions which are right or wrong you will get to know in the future. So now you can know, you have to just think about it. You cannot predict that it will be good for me or bad for you. It will be in future only, but you can just try to predict the effects of that. All right. Then eternity is endless time, but just an hour. See, we have a lot of time all over our uh, life, but sometimes even just 1 hour, even just 1 minute can make a lot of difference in our hour, can change our hour. Something happens, something doesn't happen, or something becomes very difficult to understand, but even a small a minute can change the whole our life. So don't consider that time is endless. It's very important. We should run with time, not we should make the time to run with us. Even a richest person has to be very punctual, then only he will be rich. Great deeds can surpass the limits of time and space. They never die. सो ग्रेट डीड्स कैन सरपास, उनके लिए कोई टाइम लिमिट नहीं है. दे विल बी always remembered. The great days of great leaders, you are still learning them. They are done 100 years before, 200 years before, but still we remember them. Why? Because they are great deeds. So that's why great deeds will never die. Remember this. So that's why you also need to do some good thing for your country, your nation, your society. So this was the whole explanation of these few lines of William Blake, which are very, we can say another small lines, but a lot of meaning, which has a deep meaning, we can say. Okay, so the author begins with 4 lines from William Blake's poem. And the stanza tells us that if we can see the secret learning hidden in the simple everyday things in nature, we can transform the world. Alright? It suggests us that good deeds surpass the limits of time and space. Now let's begin with our chapter. We instinctively means by a natural instinct, turn to outdoor activities and nature as a way of relaxing and enhancing our well-being. Enhancing means enriching. Nature soothes and nurtures. Nature fulfills and motivates. Nature whispers and commands. So, we normally go to nature when we are not, means we are very tired. Then at that time we feel to go to nature and relax for some time, but not always. When we need nature, we go to there. Turn to outdoor activities. We go out, we go for we can say weekends, we can go for holidays and much more. And nature as a way of relaxing for us. Nature has become a way of relaxing for us and enhancing our well-being. It is enhancing our well-being. Actually, if you feel nature, you are always a well person. From you means you can say you are a healthy person. You know what is the meaning of healthy? Healthy means not only to be fit from your physical state, but also fit from your mental state. If you are fit from your physical state but you have stress, you are not healthy. All right. Now let's then nature always soothes and nurtures. What it means? It means that nature हमारा पाला काला पालन धरता है. कुछ भी बोलो आप कि nature is always, you can say anything, that nature is like us a mother. नेचर फुलफिल्स एंड मोटिवेट्स. वो हमारी चीज़ें, हमारी ज़रूरतें फुलफिल भी करता है और हमें मोटिवेट भी करता है छोटी छोटी चीज़ों से. नेचर के छोटे छोटे क्या बोलते हैं मिराकल्स हमें मोटिवेट करते रहते हैं. नेचर विस्पर्स एंड कमांड्स. so nature always whispers and always commands also. Remember this part, that nature वो आपको अच्छा तो जितना है ना उतना ही गुस्सा भी है. अगर गुस्सा आया तो नेचर को उतना बुरा भी है वो. रिमेंबर. आर यू लिसनिंग? द ऑथर इज आस्किंग टू अस, आर वी लिसनिंग टू हिम? So these are some rhetorical questions which are asked to make the speech or a chapter or a passage very interesting. All right. So nature has a power to soothe us, nourish us, relax us, and enhance our well-being, and therefore it is no surprise that we turn to nature to rejuvenate our being. All right. Now let's see the first example that the author is giving in this chapter. When I do, it leaves me in complete awe. Awe means great wonder and amazement. We have a hibiscus plant in our garden. Every fortnight, a flower blooms on it, big, bright, and tender. Through the day, it smiles with the sun and dances with the wind. But as evening approaches, it starts wilting. The morning after, it withers completely, and by evening, it falls and becomes one with the earth again. The flower comes to life only for a day, yet it does so in full splendor. Splendor means enjoyment. What if we too lived our life, however short, to its fullest? So, in the first example, or the author says the hibiscus plant that blooms and withers away in just a day spreads the message of living life to the fullest, irrespective of the duration of one's life. So, however, कितनी भी छोटी हो हमारी life, हमें उसे जीना चाहिए. Don't think what will happen in future. Don't take stress for, you need to think what will happen in future, but don't always be in future. You need to be in present also. You need to enjoy your present also. You don't forget your present. You don't leave your present back. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग? सो यू शुड लिव योर लाइफ टू द फुलेस्ट। हाँ, सब लोग ये क्या करते हैं, बहुत लोग तो ऐसे ही होते हैं कि उनकी लाइफ में इतने प्रॉब्लम है, ये बात से ही वो रोते रहते हैं, रोज रोते रहते हैं, मेरे ये प्रॉब्लम है, वो प्रॉब्लम है। दे डोंट सी द हैप्पीनेस दैट दे हैव। इफ दे सी दैट ना, देन दे कैन लिव देयर लाइफ टू द फुलेस्ट. So live your life to the fullest, however short it may be. We don't know that we are alive tomorrow or not. We will live tomorrow or not. We will see tomorrow's sunrise or not. We don't know. So that's why you should live your life to the fullest. We went to a rocky beach and saw the spread of the majestic ocean and the rocks alongside, carved, sculpted, and shaped by the water. Water is so gentle, rocks so hard, yet as the water flows over it every day, for years, the rock gives in. It takes the shape that the water commands. Our problems are so colossal. Colossal means huge, massive. And we are so small. Yet if we persist. So now again, one more example author is given, which is very beautiful. What is he saying? The author is saying that water that is very gentle is able to carve and sculpt the hard rocks by the seashore with its perseverance. So if we too are consistent and perseverant, we will be able to achieve our goals. समझ में आ रहा है? ये जो वाटर होता है वो इतना, ये क्या बोलते हैं हम लोग, वाटर इतना नाजुक होता है ऐसा बोलते हैं, और रॉक इतना कड़क। फिर भी वाटर एक बार जो सीशोर पे जो रॉक्स होते हैं, रॉकी बीचेस, वहाँ पर वाटर, सॉरी वाटर वेव्स जो होती है वो रॉक्स को बार बार आके ढकलते रहते हैं उस पर, मतलब दे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, बट इट डजेंट इफेक्ट। पहली बार आई कुछ नहीं हुआ, रॉक को ऐसे आती रहेगी रोज बहुत सालों तक, और आखिरकार वो उसे अपना शेप दे देगी, वो शेप देगी जो वाटर की वजह से उसे शेप मिला होता है रॉक को। एंड द रॉक हैज दैट शेप दैट वाटर हैज गिवन टू अस, मींस इवन water is so gentle and rock is so hard, the gentle water tries and tries, doesn't gives up and wins our day. So we should also be persistent. We should face our problems. We should not run away from our problems. We should keep on trying. We should achieve our goals. You have set a goal in your life. You have to become this or this. If you have, you will receive very, very so many setbacks in your life. But you, if your goal and if you are persistent, then you have to face that setbacks and move ahead, not to be like a crying baby after that setbacks. All right. Next example. We saw small bits of grass peeping through the small cracks in a concrete pavement. It left us thinking, however impossible things may look, there is always an opening. Third example is again a very beautiful. All right, the tiny blades of grass peeping through the cracks in the concrete pavement, we can say as a footpath में जो cracks होते हैं ना, उसमें से एक छोटा सा plant निकला। कितनी बड़ी बात है, कंक्रीट की पेवमेंट जो सीमेंट से बना हुआ है फुटपाथ, उसमें से एक उसके एक छोटे से क्रैक में से भी एक सुंदर सा प्लांट निकल रहा है। देयर इज लाइफ इन देयर आल्सो, इट इज कमिंग, गिव अस द मैसेज दैट नो मैटर हाउ इम्पॉसिबल थिंग्स में अपीयर, देयर इज ऑलवेज एन ओपनिंग। कोई सोच सकता है कि ऐसे छोटे से क्रैक में से एक प्लांट निकल सकता है, लाइफ कैन बी देयर, बट ये दिस इज इम्पॉसिबल थिंग हैज बीन पॉसिबल। सो वी शुड नेवर थिंक दैट दिस थिंग इज इम्पॉसिबल, ये तो मुझसे नहीं हो सकता। if you have the goal, if you have, जहाँ बोलते हैं ना, जहाँ चाह है वहाँ राह है, nothing is impossible. All right, next one. We saw a tree bare of all leaves in the cold winter months. We thought its chapter was over, but 3 months passed, spring set in, and the tree was back to its green majesty once again, full of leaves, flowers, birds, and life. What if we too had the conviction? Conviction means strong, firm belief that, however difficult things are right now, it will not remain so forever. Remember, this too shall pass. ये सेंटेंस जो है, दैट ये समय भी बीत जाएगा, दैट इज दिस टू शैल पास, दिस टाइम टू शैल पास, ये समय भी बीत जाएगा। ये सेंटेंस सुन के ना, जो आदमी अभी खुश होगा वो दुखी होगा, और जो दुखी होगा वो खुश हो जाएगा। ऐसा क्यों? सुनो, जो आदमी खुश होगा उसे अगर हम लोग ऐसा बोलेंगे कि ये समय भी बीत जाएगा, तो फिर वो ये सोचेगा कि अरे मेरा अच्छा समय, सुखी समय बीत जाएगा, अब मेरा दुखी समय आएगा, तो वो सोच के वो दुखी हो जाएगा। और जो आदमी जो दुखी होगा उससे हम लोग बोलेंगे कि ये समय भी बीत जाएगा, तो वो ये सोचेगा कि हाँ, अब मेरा ये दुखी समय बीतेगा तो मतलब मेरा सुखी समय आएगा, तो वो ये सुन के खुश हो जाएगा। तो दिस इज अ वेरी गुड सेंटेंस वी कैन से। सो द अ बैटरी मतलब जिसके सारे पत्ते झड़ गए, सब पत्ते झड़ गए, वो ट्री ही इज इट्स नाउ अ बैटरी। अब हमें सबको लगा कि इसका चैप्टर खत्म, ही इट्स फिनिश्ड, बट 3 months आफ्टर इन द स्प्रिंग अगेन इट केम बैक टू इट्स ग्रीन मैजेस्टी, फिर से सारे लीव्स आ गए, सब कुछ फिर से आया। what this is. However difficult things, that tree kept be persistent, and its persistent led it to come back. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, लाइफ में सेटबैक आने के बाद उसके बाद कम बैक करना बहुत बड़ी चीज होती है। The tree that is bare of all leaves in the winter months once again bears flowers, fruits, and leaves in spring, which means that no matter how difficult things seem today, they won't remain for forever. जो difficulties, जो problems आज हम लोग को लग रहे हैं, जो कि जितने भी difficult लग रहे हैं, वो हमेशा नहीं रहने वाले. It's not going to be forever. So remember that thing. Now let's go forward. We saw an army of ants lugging a fly which was at least 10 times of the ant's size. The ants organized themselves around the fly, lifted it on frail feelers. Frail feelers means weak legs, and carried to quite a distance. Their teamwork and perseverance. Perseverance means constant efforts in spite of obstacle were impressive. So now next example is of ants. The teamwork of ants. जो ants, वो फ्लाई जो होते हैं ना, आपको पता है हाउस फ्लाइज, उसका साइज ants के साइज से 10 गुना ज्यादा है, फिर भी विद टीम वर्क दैट ants कैन lift it up and take it. How is this possible? Because of their teamwork, their consistent, their perseverance. This is the way. Nothing can be, nothing is impossible. A small ant can lift up the 10 times more heavier thing because of the teamwork. Then why can't we? The fly being lugged by ants show their teamwork, organization, and perseverance. Now, next example is about what if we too are consistent, organized, focused like ants. Spider webs are delicate yet very strong. Spider की जो webs होती है वो बहुत ज़्यादा नाजुक होते हैं, but जो हर नाजुक चीज होती है वो ऐसे ज़रूरी नहीं है कि वो नाजुक ही हो, दिखने में नाजुक होना ये ज़रूरी नहीं बोलता कि वो नेचर में भी नाजुक हो. It's very strong. Really. Similarly, the spider's web is an indicator that delicate structures are not a sign of weakness. देन अ रेनबो कलर्स द एंटायर स्काई. एक रेनबो पूरे स्काई को कलरफुल बना देता है, मतलब एक स्मॉल होप से हमारा पूरे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो सकता है. ऑयस्टर्स टेक इन अ ग्रेन ऑफ सैंड, दे ओपन विथ अ पर्ल. सो ऑयस्टर्स, ऑयस्टर आपको पता होगा पानी में, वो एक सैंड का एक ग्रेन लेते हैं, छोटा सा टुकड़ा, और उसे अंदर लेते हैं और कुछ टाइम के बाद वो उसे पर्ल बना के छोड़ते हैं बाहर. सो यू कैन सी एक स्मॉल थिंग से कितनी ब्यूटीफुल थिंग आप बना सकते हो. सो यू कैन स्मॉल, एवरी स्मॉल थिंग हैज इंपॉर्टेंस इन नेचर, innumerable and also in life. Innumerable stars shine across the infinite sky. Clouds take new shapes with every passing moment. क्लाउड्स अपने आप को एडजस्ट करते हैं, अलग अलग शेप्स लेते हैं विंड के हिसाब से. that's the reason that's they are living here. So we should also always adjust with the time situation. We should not say that why only me, why not me, like this we have to say. जब हम लोग को दुख मिलता है, when we face problems, then we complain God that why we got such problems, why only me. But do we complain to God when we get happiness that why only I got this happiness? No, na. So that's why we should also not complain to God that for our problems. Also we should say to God that you help us, you guide us, and I will face all problems given by you. The wind makes tree dance with unhindered. Unhindered means without disturbance, passion. Water without hint of ego changes its form according to the dictates of the sun and the wind. So water always changes its form. sun की वजह से वो वेपर बन जाते हैं, वाटर वेपर्स. विंड की वजह से भी वो अपने फॉर्म चेंज करती है. विदाउट एन ईगो. अपने ऐसा नहीं बोलते कि मैं ऐसे एडजस्ट नहीं करूँगा, मेरे सेल्फ रेस्पेक्ट, मेरा ये आजकल तो ईगो सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो गई है. नो वन इज रेडी टू डू एडजस्टमेंट. बट see, what you should learn that There should be no ego such type of. When we see a caterpillar turn into a butterfly, a flower turn into a fruit, we experience the alchemy of nature, that is the mystery of nature or magic power of the nature. We touch it and become gold ourselves. We, after witnessing them, we become gold ourselves. So I hope that you understood this chapter. It's written by Raksha Baradia, and it was a very beautiful chapter. These all examples are superb. I loved this chapter. I hope that you understood this chapter and also explanation. Now let's look forward towards the English workshop questions.
Question number one is, what things in nature teach us the following? First one is, nothing is impossible to achieve. So, small bits of grass peeping through small cracks in a concrete pavement. Second one is, problems are not permanent. Answer is, a tree bare of all leaves in winter getting leaves again in spring. Third one is, be humble and adjust. Answer is, water. Fourth one is, make the best use of time and opportunity. Answer is, rainbow. Fifth one is, be persistent. Answer is, water sculpting rock. Sixth one is, many hands make work light. Answer is, ants. Seventh one is, delicate structures are not a sign of weakness. Answer is, spider web. Next one is, read the question from the lesson. What do they imply? Okay, this is the answer. Alright. Next one. Go through the extract and complete the flow chart that highlights the life of a hibiscus flower. Blooms, swells and dances, starts wilting, withers completely and falls. Fill in the web. What does nature do for human beings? Motivates, enhances our well being, relaxes, commands, whispers, fulfills, nurtures, soothes. Then the writer explains the contrasting features of water and rock in the lesson. Write all the features of both water and rock in the given table. So these are the features. Then the writer has very positively described the different things in nature. Discuss with your partner the special features of each of one of them. Add on the list. Part of the nature special feature value learned. These are very different. Next one, answer in your own words. How should you deal with difficulties and problems? Second one, an oyster turns a grain of sand into a pearl. What can we learn from this example? The example of an oyster turning a grain of sand into a pearl teaches us that when challenges hit us, our response is all that matters. Third one, how does nature succeed in its alchemy? What can it turn a small person into? Nature succeeds in its alchemy by bringing about a positive transformation in us. Fourth one, which two aspects of nature teach us to accept change and adjust according to the situation? Water and clouds teach us to accept change and adjust according to the situation. Next one, why does the writer begin by quoting the lines from William Blake's poem Auguries of Innocence? Yeah. Nature is ready to teach only if we are willing to learn. Then comes question number 8a. Pick out from the lesson 10 examples of each. First one, concrete nouns that you can touch or see. Then comes abstract nouns. Then underline the verbs in the sentences below and say whether they are transitive needing an object or intransitive need not have an object. Can witness, transitive. Leaves, transitive. Soothes, transitive. Nurtures, transitive. Withers, intransitive. Comes, intransitive. Colors, intransitive. Smiles, intransitive. Dances, intransitive. Then comes next question, that compose about 8 to 10 sets of an imaginary dialogue between a bird, a tree, and its fruit regarding the effects of environmental changes. Write it in your notebook. Imaginary dialogue. Then comes prepare a fact file or any of the following. Or plants or trees using the points given. Fact file. The points should be included. Next one, impossible itself says I am possible. Do you agree? Justify your answer by citing something that you have experienced or heard from someone. Then comes you have an environment protection week celebration in your school. You have invited an environmentalist. Your friend interviews him or her about how to save environment. Okay, this is the interview questions. Write a news report on the environment day celebrated in your school. Okay, children go green. Buy a student repeater. Then, just for laughs or enjoy, divide the class into two groups on 12 to 15 slip of paper. Group A writes 12 to 15 conditional clauses beginning with if. Okay, so these are the answer. Done with this. Thank you.